press of the mattress on his back. The fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
И тогда стало темно. Ну, зашибись.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Блин. Я думала, мы за...
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
О, fuck, это shit. Все заново? Ну или... По-моему, изменится. Я так думаю.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
Короче, там будет спрашивать, надоело ли нам это кто-то, и я ответил нет.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet? Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want. Like right now.
Не надо.
You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain. There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. You too will become quite unbearable.
Точнее, надеюсь. Смотрите, вроде мы сейчас смотрим вверх и магия. Теперь мы нигде. А на самом деле мы должны. Все, эта игра меня сводит с ума. Нет. Нет. Да. Да. Ну все, теперь не одинок. Почему? Ну, обиделся он, ладно, все. Сиди. Как дела, стекло? Как дела еще одно стекло? Почему? Почему вот это стекло, почему они одинаковые? Почему это не здание? Почему это какое-то белое пятно? Почему я здесь? Почему? Сейчас. Теперь жду 10 секунд. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, короче, 10 тысяч, 20 тысяч, миллион, 10. Все. У меня живот заболел. Ну так. Извините. Оу. 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 Знаете что, это уже... Это что? Такое? А? Что? Ну вообще зашибись. И, кстати, почему? Блин, мне страшно. Блин, я игру поломал или что? Ну скажите хоть что-нибудь, рассказчик. Пожалуйста. Пожалуйста. Нет, это я, по-моему, игру сломал. Нет. Или да. Или так и должно быть. Или... Что случилось? Цветок. Скажи. Цветок, картина, цветок, картина, цветок. Лось пошел. Ну ладно, на этой веселой ноте я предлагаю нам закончить. С вами лойс. Подписывайтесь на канал, если хотите еще TheStanleyParable, хотите еще концовок, ставьте лайк, подпишись, напиши комментарий. Ну ладно, всем удачи, всем.